every single time we have to play these games, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. Anyway, welcome into Great North Sports. I think we're good. I mean, I think we're fine. We're fine, right? Anyway, all right. It's armchair solo tonight. It's just me. Dubs is currently the Celtics game, and honestly, probably for the best. He would have been livid at this, but here we are. It is Wednesday, the 28th. We got a couple of big things to talk about. First of all, NFC, AFC championship games over. We know who's going to the Super Bowl. One of the teams you can guess I'm pretty excited about. New England obviously holds off the Denver Broncos in a gross fest, big old gross fest, 10-7 victory. We knew it wouldn't be happy, but here we are. Pretty fun. And then my second favorite thing is that the Seattle Seahawks, obviously a big fan of listener, a friend of the show, I should in the Seahawks out and make the Super Bowl. Sammy D, unbelievable. We have NHL is coming up on winter break. We're doing the Olympic break this year, which means there will be a trade freeze. The Browns hire a guy, and then another guy said, middle finger to you. But the biggest news of the last couple of days was the news that Bill Belichick, former coach of the Patriots, defensive coordinator with the Giants, and coach of the Browns at one point, not a unanimous selection to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm not quite sure how you could justify that even a little bit. 302 career wins. He had 6 Super Bowls, 2 as a coordinator and 6 as a head coach. He's clearly one of the greatest to do it. Whenever anybody talks about greatest coaches of football minds of all time, he is often mentioned, and he's an award winner. I mean, he was I want to say he was 3-time coach of the year, if I recall correctly. It's kind of insane. He's the most Super Bowl wins. He's the most Super Bowl wins as a head coach. Most appearances. None of it makes any sense to me. And people are saying things like, oh, well, he had Spygate. Your team cheats. I hate to break it to you. I hate to burst the bubble here of the thinly veiled, your team is an angel and the Patriots are the worst and only cheating organization in the entirety of football. Every team has done something that they shouldn't have done to try to get ahead. That's how it works. They're all trying to win. New England was trying to win. Everybody wants to win. That's how this works. Sometimes everyone reported practices. The Patriots did it the wrong way. Welcome Spygate. Everyone takes a little bit of air out of the ball, Deflategate, although I'm still not entirely sold on it. But whatever. They were getting their asses beat when Deflategate showed up. Not really a huge concern. Claiming that he just needs to wait is like a petty punishment might be the most childish thing I've ever seen in all of pro sports. That is like the one voter who decided not to make Ichiro unanimous. What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about? Bill Belichick not being a Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's not the Pro Personality Hall of Fame. It's not the Pro I was great to the press and the press loved me Hall of Fame. It is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I just don't understand how you can not have it. Doesn't make not a big fan. I understand how we got here. Bill Belichick should absolutely be in. And the argument of, oh, he'll be in eventually, he'll be in later, it's a moot point. The whole idea is that he should have been in first ballot without question. Give the man his flowers and call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, call it a day. Like, what are we really talking about? What are we really talking about here? Oh, Belichick's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. Stop it. It's ridiculous. And of course, that's enough of that. Let's talk actual football that happened. Games that played. We had 2 games. We had the conference championship week. This week is game free. It's the worst week of football for a while, and then we get Pro Bowl nonsense. We're going to talk about Shitter Sanders for a second, because that is also ridiculous. But first, the Patriots defeat the Broncos 10-7 in what has been described as, it's gross. It was a gross game. 10-7 is not fun. It's not a great game. People complained that Drake May is fake May because he only threw for 86 yards. He ran for 65 and a touchdown. He also sealed the entire game with a bootleg that he didn't tell anybody about, which is apparently what offensive linemen want. I don't know what more do you want from the guy? Sometimes you got to win ugly, especially in the playoffs. You got to win ugly. Jarrett Stidham turned the ball over twice. One of them was the 4th and 1. Missed interception, but it was 4th and 1, so it didn't, because he didn't seal the ball, so it's not an interception. But there's a turnover on downs, and the pick at the end of the game, just lobbing it up into the blizzard conditions, absolutely insane. I, as a Patriot fan, very happy to see New England move on. I apologize to anyone who watched that game looking for offense. You weren't going to get it. The 2 defenses were stout. Stidham is, for all intents and purposes, a veteran rookie. He's an older quarterback who has not even gotten a full season of starts under his belt. 133 passing yards, a touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. He ran for 23 yards. So I don't put this all on Stidham. Like, I don't. It's not entirely his fault. RJ Harvey got nothing on the ground. McLaughlin got nothing on the ground. Stidham got nothing on the ground either. Mims had the big over-the-top play on the busted coverage on Gonzo, and that was it for passing yards. And they got a touchdown to go outside in the back of the end zone. It was gross. It was gross. No one really showed anything except the Patriots' resilience, and that defense was great. I think that people don't give enough credit to the Patriots' defense at all. I think you're seeing things like you're hearing all about Denver's defense. You're hearing all about how the Chargers' defense was good. You're hearing all about how the defense is good. But New England allowed 1 touchdown to those guys. 1. 2, I guess. He's not given up a ton of touchdowns. That defense has been stout. And it's rude to think that we have a bunch of... It's ridiculous to think that they're not getting the credit they deserve. Mr. Welch, welcome in. Just hanging out solo tonight, brother. Doing a quick one. We just have to get something on the books here. We just gotta do something. Can't do nothing. I'm about to talk about your Hawks. Well, fortuitous timing, amigo, because this is the nicest things these are the nicest things I'm going to say about the Seahawks for the rest of this week, and then they're my enemy on the field until then. Or something like that. Seattle holds on to beat the Rams. It wasn't the cleanest defensive performance, but you're going against the number 1 offense in the league, so I didn't expect it to be. But the defense showed up when they needed to show up, particularly near the goal line. They shut Stafford down when they needed to shut him down. It was very bend, don't break. And he had 3 passing touchdowns, but we're talking about a by Puka play after a just asinine penalty to take. Don't take dumb penalty. Like, just shut your mouth, bro. Shut your mouth. You're fine. Nakua went 9 for 165 and a touchdown, and it still felt like he had the clamps on him. Devontae Adams also had a fairly big game, 4 for 89 and a touchdown. Kyron Williams got free once for a passing touchdown. That's it. Nobody could run. Nobody could run on the Seattle defense to save their lives. Corum had 55 yards. Williams had 39. The Seattle defense shut the door when it came to run. He said, Matt Stafford's going to have to beat me. I appreciate that. Listen, there's going to be a lot of chatter. I'm going to give you my lean on this game in a minute. We'll get Dubs' lean on the game at a later date. He is at the Celtics game. I thought Sammy D had a very good game. He was sacked 3 times. Not the best, but 346 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. JSN was a man possessed. 10 catches, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. For some reason, that was the guy they left open. I was more impressed with Cooper Kupp, who showed up. He showed up in a big way, on some big plays, and it won't get the attention because JSN is such a dog. And Shaheed had the big one over the top, which was amazing. And Kenny Walker caught 4 balls for almost 50 yards. But like Cooper Kupp had some pivotal catches, some like absolutely critical conversions that were needed. That guy showed up, total pro, and really bailed out what were some tough situations for that offense. They looked great. I think that the Seattle defense looked every bit as formidable as they should. I think the Rams looked good. They had no answers. Every time the Rams came down and scored, Sammy D was ready with a response. He was ready to write back. He wanted nothing to do with that. He did show out with intent. He didn't have to, like, it's not about the big number, I think. And like, when you're looking at the stat line, if you watch the game, you saw how important the Cooper Kupp receptions are. If you watch the game, you see how important his blocks were, how hard he worked up and down the line to make sure the guys were open, to make sure the guys were getting the right things. And when JSN was finally covered, he was the guy that Sammy D went to. He's the guy that said, you know what? I'm going to trust the vet. I'm going to trust the guy who's been there before. Let's go to Cooper Kupp. And that's what they did. They went to Cooper Kupp. They got him the ball, and he did great. He was phenomenal. Again, stats may not bear it out, but it certainly showed up. It showed up in a big way for Seattle to get them to this point. That it should be stated as such. Cooper Kupp is one of the reasons that the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. Just fun to say. Seattle's back in the Super Bowl. Speaking of the Super Bowl, the superb owl, as it were, I have a definitive lead on this game, and it's not complicated. All right. I think the most talented team of the 2 teams is, without question, the Seattle Seahawks. They have more stars on offense. They have a tremendous defense. They don't allow a lot of run. They've shown they can be beat in the air, but they have guys who can show up when it matters, and I think that's more important than everybody gives up passing plays. But I think it's more important to show up when you need the play. When it's a big down and you need a stop, that's when you need someone to show up. Not necessarily on the second down. That doesn't matter as much, in my opinion. I think it's more about getting into third and long, and then having a clamp down. That's when it matters. I think all of those things are true. I still like Drake May better than I like Sammy D in terms of overall quarterback talent. I think Sam's arm is better. I think Drake is more athletic and mobile. Being just completely frank, he's also much younger. So like we're looking at what should be on paper an easy walkthrough, and Seattle wins it. My head says Seattle wins this game by a field goal. It's going to be 3 or less points. That's what my head tells me. My heart says the Patriots somehow flip that the other way. I do not understand people who think that they're just out there saying Seattle is going to walk all over New England. It's the Super Bowl. And I know that it's hard to understand this if you haven't watched the Patriots defense at all. They also are great against the run. They have shut down the run. Is Kenny Walker elusive? Hell yes, he is. Is he going to be a problem? He is going to be someone they game plan for. Is JSN elite? DAWG dog. Of course he is. Is it someone they're going to game plan for? I would be shocked if Mike Vrabel doesn't have a game plan for him. Does that mean that they're going to stop him? No. No, it doesn't. I think two incredible. Mr. Welch actually called this several weeks ago. Said that these are the two teams that will end up in the Super Bowl, and people looked at him like he was nuts. I told him I hoped he was right. I still think Seattle wins this. I think it's a lot closer than the blowout that everyone's predicting. We have a lot of people out there just, this is going to be a blowout. This is going to be unbelievable. People are going to, it's going to just be, I saw some score predictions that were like 15 and 20 point spreads. And I just don't understand how you could watch both of these teams and think that that's the case. Like, either you don't understand who Drake May is and how he can pass the ball. And I'm not saying he's going to beat him. I'm just saying you don't understand that part. Or you're completely anti-Patriot, which I totally understand as well. You can be anti-Patriot and want the Seahawks to win. I don't see it being a blowout. I think both of these teams are competitive. I think both of them, I watched Mike McDonald had a video that he posted 2 years ago in April. I'm sure you've seen this, Welch, where he was asking the guys, like, you know, hey, look, this is where we are. This is where we're going. And he was 2 years late. He wanted to get it last year, but he got there this year. And it made me want to run through a wall for that man. It was like, we work hard. And it reminded me a lot of what Vrabel preaches the Patriots, because I see that. I watch that content. Obviously, I consume that content more than other people. It's the same mindset. It's hard-nosed defense, working as a unit, everybody pushing in the same direction, everybody playing towards the same goal. That means that Sammy D doesn't have to throw for 400 yards, or sometimes he does. Sometimes it's on Kenny Walker. Sometimes it's on Charbonnet, although not currently, but understand the point. Like, everybody has a role. Sometimes it's on Cooper Kupp. Sometimes it's on Rashid Shaheed. Like, there are guys that are going to have to step up. The same is true in New England. It is going to be on Diggs and Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, who could be an X factor in this thing. I don't know if he's the guy or not. We don't know if Mac Hollins is guy. Mac Hollins led the Patriots in receiving yards last game. If you don't think that Drake May can throw for 350 yards, you have not been watching this kid. He is accurate as anything. If the offensive line holds, and that's a big if the offensive line holds, there's no reason this can't be close. There's also a world where Seattle comes in and the offensive line doesn't hold, and the game's over in the first 15 minutes. But don't be surprised if this is a heavyweight bout that is lower scoring and settled by a field goal or less. Just don't be shocked. Don't listen to the people that are telling you this is going to be a 15-point or 20-point spread. I saw someone jokingly say the score is going to be 28-3, and I thought, all right, I'll give you that one. That's a good pun. That's a good play on previous history here. Also, I don't understand the whole let's revisit the Marshawn Lynch not running the ball thing. He's like, none of these teams are the same. It's not the same coaches. It's not the same players. It's not the same regime. The ownership is the same. That's it. Everything else is different. So, like, I don't play around with that. I have no idea why we're going there. In other football news, as we move on from the Super Bowl, we'll be talking about Super Bowl more as we get closer. Obviously, next Wednesday, we will probably do a full Super Bowl breakdown each team, talk about our X factors, get more in depth. But tonight, that's just a quick overview. That's just my lead In other football news, Shedeur Sanders, with his 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, was named to the Pro Bowl. And there is a difference between being named to the Pro Bowl and being named All-Pro. But this really puts into question the value of what the Pro Bowl games are. If we need to put, I guess Trevor Lawrence said no. Drake May is in the playoffs. The other guys are either hurt or rehabbing. They're not interested. They're not interested. Shedeur said, "Oh hell yeah, TV cameras, I'm in." And I get that it's an entertainment product, but what are we talking about? That guy got in? It just diminishes all the other accomplishments. It really diminishes all the accomplishments of everyone else. So everyone else that's supposedly elected or selected to the Pro Bowl now has their accomplishments held in the same regard as that of Shedeur Sanders. So some of these people who had what would be considered MVP-worthy seasons are not going to compete in the Pro Bowl. Understandably so for Drake May, understandably so for Sam Darnold. Trevor can say no, but I feel like if you're just going to bring a backup, why are we bringing that specific backup? Why is it that guy? There are other more deserving backups. I would rather you call Flacco, call Aaron Rodgers, there are 200 guys you could call. What do we have, 50 something quarterbacks throw passes this year? There have got to be better options than Shedeur Sanders. There got to be. I don't understand. Let's look this up here real quick. Passing leaders, NFL. We're just gonna look. Just have a look. Stafford, Goff, yeah, Dak, Drake May. So Darnold, Lawrence, already talked about. Caleb Williams, no. Bo Nix is hurt. Why didn't we invite Jared Stidham? That would have been better. Justin Herbert, Baker, Josh Allen. I get it. Mahomes is hurt. Jordan Love. Jacoby Brissett had a better season. I know he's in the NFC. Aaron Rodgers could have been called. Cam Ward could have been called. Geno Smith could have been called. I would have taken Geno over Shedeur Sanders. Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson, Tua, all better than Shedeur. Michael Penix. I mean, these are all NFC guys there. The guys that we're talking about here that are just in front of Sanders are Spencer Rattler, J.J. McCarthy, Marcus Mariota, and Kirk Cousins. Joe Burrow is ahead of him, and he played so few games. So few games. What are we even talking about? This is unbelievable to me. It's just another, he played from week 13 on, is that right? Yes. Played 1 and 2, and then 13 through 18. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 8 games all year long, and he had better stats than Shedeur Sanders. Did not get the call to the Pro Bowl. I would have rathered that. It is absolutely horrific. I'll never understand the Pro Bowl. It's not something I'm interested in. Frankly, I'm not interested. I don't care. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's talk a little bit about coaching. We've had some interesting moves here. So Todd Monken, former OC in Baltimore, is now going to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And I've got to think that was like the 25th or 26th candidate for that position. There's been a lot of hiring. Right now, the coordinators are going like crazy because the head coaching positions are getting down to the wire. Apparently, Jim Schwartz said kick rocks with open-toed shoes after getting passed up for the position after they specifically said that he was going to get, I think, a crack at it or something along those lines. It's all nonsense. Cleveland continues to be a disaster of an organization. Todd Monken, though, head coach. Good for you, Monken. Packers are hiring Bobby Babich, the Bills DC. So he's going to be the defensive passing game coordinator. Interesting. The Jets hired former Dolphins passing game coordinator Brian Duker as their new DC. Yeah. So now we have Joe Brady with the Bills. That's a new one. I don't love that. It's fine, but it's okay. Mike McCarthy with the Steelers, which I believe was compared to shitting your pants and changing your shirt. So there's that. Jesse Minter hired with the Ravens. John Harbaugh obviously went to the Giants. Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons. Great for him. Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins. Robert Saleh to the Titans. We still have the Cardinals. We still have the Raiders out there. Running out of candidates, though. We are running out of candidates. I don't understand the Monken hiring. Sorry, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Also, Brian Dable, who was up for the head coaching job with the Bills, as far as I understood it, is going to be the OC in Tennessee, which I don't hate. I got to be honest with you. I think that's actually a decent hire for them. Get Cam Ward a little bit of help. That could be a fun team. That could be a sneaky fun team, pending the draft. Pending this draft, if they do this draft right, that could be a team that shows a lot of improvement. Draft and free agency, I think, is going to be the biggest deals there. I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for tonight. We're doing a show. It's just a short one. This is just me, and I can't talk for an hour on my. I mean, I can talk for an hour on my own. I've done it before, but I don't really want to. We will not be live Sunday. Sunday's a break day for us. No football on. We are looking at other Sunday shows that we can do. The list of no's is significantly bigger than the list of who's left. That is for sure. A lot of people withdrew from Cleveland because of their hiring tactics, I'll call them. It's not a good look, is what it is. We'll talk a little bit of baseball, a little bit of puck next week. Super Bowl, pre-Super Bowl show next Wednesday. We're gonna get you set up for the big game. We'll talk a little bit of baseball free agency, see what's going on there. Hockey will be close to the winter break. We're coming up on the Olympics. We'll probably dive into some of that. Be back with the Stone Stories and more once Dub is back from the game. I hope he enjoys it. Hope he has fun. Appreciate everybody jumping in and hanging out with me for the last half hour. And we will see you